Okay, we're returning to the review for sections 7.1 through 7.6 in Algebra 2. This is Mr. Peterson, and I'm going to be doing number 24 here shortly. What we have is two binomials multiplied by each other. So we're going to use the distributive property in the format called FOIL. I usually rearrange it a little bit, first, last, outer, and inner. And just so you see where I get all these, I'm going to go ahead and highlight. There's your 18. Your last is minus 8 root x squared. Then here you have a minus 6 root x, and you follow it up by a positive 24 root x. So once you've got that accomplished, I'm going to simplify the square root of x squared to just x. And then I'll combine my like terms at the back. And since there's no more like terms, that problem is done. Problem 25, we got a pretty big change in the wind here. This is has nothing to do with the type that we just did. But we got a cube root here in the format of a 1/3 power. So I'm just going to write cube root of 729. And if you hit, on a TI-84 calculator, if you hit Math 4, that menu, you'll get to the cube root key and you can type it in and find out that that's positive 9. Okay, the next problem here is also a cube root, so you'll see me writing it that way. And these are small enough, you should probably know them. The cube root of 27 is 3. And many people know that the square root of 64 is 8, but the cube root of 64 is 4. So this turns out to be just the fraction 3/4. Okay, the last three problems on this short video. We have a rational exponent, 3/4 power, and the bottom of that represents the index. I think I messed up a little bit there, so give me a second to fix that. There's supposed to be an arrow pointing there. And then once you have that, I think the arrow is going to show up now. The bottom is the index, so you write it like this, the 4th root of x cubed. Now, there is an alternate way of writing a lot of these answers. When you have that third power underneath the radical, you can always pull it out outside, and you use parentheses when you do that. Often, that second answer is the better one to use. In the case of numerical numbers and numerical problems where you don't have a variable, that's the better way to go. Okay, we have a fractional exponent here, 0.8, that's disguised as a decimal. So you first have to convert that 0.8 to 8/10 and then simplify that to 4/5. If you type 0.8 on a TI-84 and then hit Math, enter to convert it to a fraction, you can get the same thing done. So now you just rewrite it with radical format. Okay, number 29 has a negative exponent, and we learned in class that a negative exponent does not make it negative. It just makes it go from numerator, where it currently is, and to highlight that, I'm going to put it over 1 so you can see that it's actually up top. And then once you've got that established, you take it down to the denominator, and you lose the negative sign when that happens. So that's the effect of a negative on an exponent. It hauls the whole expression downstairs. Conversely, if the negative exponent starts underneath in the denominator, you take it upstairs. Okay, and then you just rewrite this in radical format to finish the job.